ended up from Arizona to Alaska, and where she meets another broken person. And this is how they kind of get together, two broken people, and solve a dilemma. This is Sophia Lopez and Jacob Romo in Brilliant Traces by Cyndi.
Hi. You slept a long time. I made some soup. Let me see if it's still hot.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm just wondering, where are my shoes?
Those slippers?
Yes.
Oh, well, I wasn't quite sure what to do with them. So I put them in the oven. You know, to try them out. And, well, I was cooking dinner, and I turned it up, and I forgot, and so they got cooked.
Cooked?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
I mean, they looked like they were made out of paper or something, but...
they were satin, with lace edges. They cost $125.
But they were so small. I'm really sorry I cooked them.
It's okay.
Here, why don't you sit there and have some soup? Here.
What are you doing? What do you think I am? Someone who needs somebody to feed her?
No, no,
Excuse me.
that's all right.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened with me. I really don't know.
I think you just need to eat. You don't have much color. I think you're weaker than you realize.
No, I realize I'm weak. I'm a very weak person. It's because I'm so limited. I'm terribly limited.
What?
I am. I wish I weren't, but I wish I were expansive, you know, but I'm not. I'm limited. Terribly limited.
I think you're just hungry.
My name's Rosanna Duluth.
Henry Harry.
Thank you. I mean, you've been very
You were almost frozen to death. I didn't do anything you wouldn't do for a sick dog or something.
Yes. Well, I guess I'd better see about my car.
It's still snowing like crazy out there.
Well, I'll just go see why it died.
You won't even see your car.
I'll do my best.
Sit down.
What?
Sit back down.
Excuse me, but if I want to see about my
Do you
car...
want me to let you go out there and freeze to death? There's a whiteout out there right now.
A whiteout. It sounds very dangerous.
Dangerous? Believe me, it's deadly. I was out in one once. Everything just disappeared. Everything was indistinguishable. You would be indistinguishable.
I am not indistinguishable. I am not indistinguishable. I just don't feel like going out there. That's all.
So, what are you doing out here? I mean, this isn't on the way to anywhere, so did you get lost?
No, I was just in my car driving, trying to get a breeze.
Uh-huh.
It's very hot out there.
Hot?
And it seemed like once I started driving, I couldn't stop. Like, even when I stopped, like, for gas, was still moving. I was still going. I was flying. I don't sound altogether healthy, do I? I mean, to end up way out here, it's not likely that anyone healthy would... I'm sure there are notable explanations.
I live here. This is my home.
Yep, you live here. This is your home.
I didn't just drive here. I live here.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
Yes.
Yes. So, how long have you lived here?
About a year.
A year? Just you? Just alone all the time?
No, I'm not alone all the time. I have a job. I'm a cook.
And a very good cook, too. I can't cook at all.
No.
I mean, I can. I used to for my dad and I, but I'm just not very creative at it, that's all.
No. So you used to live with your dad?
I used to, yes. My mother left when I was young, so it's just my dad and me.
What's he do for a living?
He used to repair refrigerators, but he forgot how.
He forgot how?
That's what brains are like, evidently. They just blink, blink, then go dark.
Blink, blink? What do you mean blink, blink?
I came down one morning and he was standing in front of his favorite armchair and he said, "Rosanna, what is that thing?" And I had to show him how you bend your knees and get comfortable. He was amazed.
He got old.
Yeah. So, how long have you lived here? Why do you live here?
This is my home.
Yes, I know, but what about people? Don't you ever want to see people?
No.
No. Never no one?
No. Never no one.
Well, you must just have been thrilled to pieces that I blew in here.
Look, it wasn't your fault you showed up here. You were just driving. That's how you explained it. That's how I've come to understand it. Although I must say, no one has ever accidentally driven here.
I didn't come here on accident.
You came here on purpose.
No, I came here by chance.
By chance?
I think I've explained, or at least tried to explain, that I'm not exactly sure what brought me here. I was just in my car. I was really hot. I was just trying
What
to
do
get
you mean it was hot? I don't quite understand what you mean when you say it was hot.
I mean, it was a hot day outside. The sun was beating down. It was hot.
The sun hasn't beaten around here in months.
Well, it was beating down where I started driving.
Where exactly were you when you started driving?
Arizona.
Arizona? What in God's name happened to you in Arizona that made you come to Alaska?
Why do you care what happened? You only brought me in because I reminded you of a sick dog.
That's not what I
But
meant.
that's what you said. And by the way, I am personally slightly curious about someone who lives like a hermit. And then when someone finally does show up, they're God-forsaken, or they only bring them in because they remind them of a sick dog, and then they cook their shoes.
That wasn't my fault. I'm not used to total strangers' shoes being in my oven.
You put them there.
Just because they were looking pathetic. Okay, they depressed the hell out of me. I mean, who even has shoes like that? They looked like they were for a doll or something. What was I supposed to do with them? I don't know. Maybe I destroyed them on purpose. I'm not sure. I couldn't fix them, okay? I'm sorry.
I can plainly see that I'm in your way. I'm sorry that my car died. Perhaps I shouldn't have driven it so hard. But somehow I just lost track of time.
You just lost track of time? You mean you lost track of weeks?
I don't know.
You don't know. You just have no idea at all.
No, I was just trying not to fly out the windshield.
How come you're not getting married? I mean, you arrived here in a wedding gown, so I assume you're fairly close to getting married, so tell me what happened.
My feet would not move forward. I was standing at the back of the church just staring at him at the altar, and my feet would not move. I just saw him differently
Differently than what?
than I'd ever seen him before.
How'd you see him?
Disconnected, alone, like he was asleep and I was awake. That was a difference. He was asleep. I felt like the pain and loneliness of the world had put him asleep forever. And I looked around at all those people in the church, sound asleep, dead asleep, and I thought, wake up, all you traitors, don't leave me alone. And I thought, I'm going to be sick. Right here, right now, I will be sick. So I just took 3 or 4 steps backwards out of the church, but it was so hot and I was so dizzy, so I went to my car just to sit down and started driving. And once I started driving, I couldn't stop it. Now I'm here.
Don't you think they're concerned? Don't you think he specifically is very concerned?
I don't know.
You don't know? You just don't know what concerns other people?
I've messed up.
I'm sure you
I'm a
can...
weak person. I'm a very weak person.
Do you want a Kleenex?
No, I used your shirt. Sorry.
Oh. Well, that's alright. I've been alone for essentially a very long while.
No?
Because you can't control anything in your life when there's always people running around in it.
No, you can't.
It's everything I can do just to try to keep a handle on my life, otherwise I may wake up one morning and not know what I'm going to do next.
That's why I fear I'm not the only one in the driver's seat, because I never know what I'll do next.
Well, yeah, that's for sure.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're here. Nobody just comes here.
I came here on an impulse. It's not my fault.
I'm not saying it's your fault.
You are, and it's not. I want to go to a hotel or something.
There are no hotels or something. That's the whole point. That's exactly why I'm here.
I just want to be left alone.
You just want to be left alone? Oh, excuse me. You barged into my home and informed me that you'd like to be left alone.
Yes, I want to be left alone. Yes, I wish you weren't here. How do you think it feels to wake up one morning and realize that you just weren't here?
Well, that's too bad. See me? You're not alone. I'm right here. What am I doing? I was just living my life, you know, alone, not bothering anyone, and now suddenly I'm going somewhere. Where? I don't know. And let me tell you another thing, once I get there, I still won't know where I am. Well, no thank you, you stay away from me.
I haven't done anything.
You came in here with those shoes.
What?
You came in here in the middle of the night with those paper shoes. I've always tried to steer clear of these things, but I cannot. It always manages to find a way to eat me up, tear shreds of me, just shreds, to come back for later. I was a kid, you know, just hanging out, and I met this girl, Nora, and she got knocked up. I mean, by me. I never really loved her, but I had gotten her into that mess, so I had to go live with her. And then she had this little girl who we called Annabelle. And it was like I just woke up forever. That's what love is. And when Annabelle was 3, she'd always have these tiny little dolls. There's something, so you may just see something on the ground, but you never touch them, never, because they belong to Annabelle and they were precious to her. But I mean, you can't pay attention all the time, and so one day I was just cleaning up, you know, and something out of the corner of my eye went into the garbage, but I mean, I didn't pay any attention to it, and then the next day, the very next day, Annabelle came down the stairs with this barefoot little doll, and I knew it happened. But I mean, you can't go through the garbage every time something like that gets lost, so I lied. And sometimes I imagine myself going through the garbage and finding that little shoe, and she's so happy, so very happy. So you see, those shoes didn't mean nothing. They meant something to me. They meant something to Annabelle. So yes, maybe I destroyed them on purpose. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. I can't even remember the rest. All I know is I wanted to get them out of my sight, okay? I'm sorry. It wasn't personal. It wasn't even about you.
They're just shoes. Where's Annabelle now?
She fell. She took a bad fall. She was up on the kitchen counter. Nora had just finished washing her hair, but she forgot a towel, so she took a few steps over to get one, and I came in through the back door. Annabelle was so happy to see me, so very happy. She just reached her arms out to me. But I guess it was slippery or something, because the next thing you know, she just kind of turns sideways and falls. I ran up to catch her. I ran right up to catch her. I was right there when she fell. There were possibilities to save her.
It's not your fault.
You weren't there. You can't imagine how close.
But it was not your fault.
Do you want to know how Annabelle really died? I loved her too much. If I had not loved her, she would have never reached her arms out to me.
What are you trying to do? Take her life away from her? She had something. She was loved. If Annabelle was never loved, then she would have been
What?
indistinguishable.
What do you mean?
I mean, that's not being alive. Turned into nothing, shucked off, and waking up one morning and looking at your daughter like she's nothing. I was at my wedding, getting ready to go in, and there he was, Daddy, and I said, Daddy, it's me, Rosanna, and he looked right into my eyes, right into it, and he said, why, it's nice to meet you, Rosanna. And I felt like a part of me had been gouged out. I wanted to help him. I wanted to bang the floodlights on, so I hit him. I knocked his head against the wall and he started bleeding, but that didn't stop me. I wanted to hurt him. I wanted to kill him.
It wasn't his fault.
He was a part of me. He's in my DNA, and I could feel him being gouged out.
Rosanna.
No, you just want to wipe everyone away.
No, I don't.
Well, you don't have to wipe me out because I'm not here.
No, you're right here. I can feel you.
I'm in danger. I'm in great danger.
Rosanna, you are right here with me.
No, I'll crash. No, I'll crash and I'll crash and crash and.
It's okay. I've got you, Rosanna. I've got you.